How's it going, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a brand new episode of Strictly Nintendo, where we are going to be continuing our review of all the Nintendo-related news to come out of E3 2014. And specifically in this segment, we will be taking a look at the many games coming out for the Wii U. And there's a lot of games to discuss here. You know, there are many that we knew about, some we didn't know about, some we expected, and even some that weren't even discussed specifically. If we look at just multi-plats alone, you have Oddworld, Abe's Odyssey, New and Tasty, as well as Stranger's Wrath. I've been a fan of the Oddworld games since the original one, so to have them on the Wii U and in HD, that's really cool for me. I can't wait for those games, and I'm looking forward to hearing more about them. There's Skylanders Trap Team. I'm not a fan. I'm not really interested in this game, but it has a big following. It's going to be a strong addition to the Wii U lineup, and the similarities between their NFC figures and the Amiibo figures, it's just there's going to be a familiarity, which I think is really going to help with the marketing for the Amiibo figures for Nintendo. There's PacMan and the Ghostly Adventures. Nice, fun, lighthearted game with, the nostalgia of one of the most iconic and most recognized characters in gaming history. Family friendly, so I'm sure that will do very well. There's Lego Batman 3 Beyond Gotham. I thoroughly enjoyed the Star Wars Lego games. I loved Lego City Undercover. It's a must-own in my opinion. And here in the very near future, when I finally get finally bite the bullet and get a 3DS, I know I'm behind the times, but Lego City Chase Begins will definitely be in my library there. So the Lego games, always a great addition, will be strong and just add further strength to the Wii U library. And then there's Watch Dogs. I'm thrilled about this game. I can't wait to play it. Ubisoft, as long as they keep putting out games on Nintendo platforms, that's where I'm going to buy them. They have some games that aren't coming out to the Wii U, like The Division, which I will be getting on PC because I am a PC gamer as well. But if it's a game I can get on the Wii U or a Nintendo platform, I'm going to be buying it there. And, Ubisoft has done the best job of really incorporating the gamepad into the games in a very creative way, save Pikmin 3. That's probably the only other game that I think, Pikmin 3 and Lego City did a really good job as well. Lego City did a very good job, but I think that Ubisoft has done the most creative incorporation of the gamepad. And with the theme of what Watch Dogs is all about, I can't wait to see how they incorporate the gamepad in this game. And it's a pre-order for me. It's just a waiting game at this point in time. And then there's Project Cars. I can't wait for this game. I love racing games, and to have a real racing simulator on the Wii U, and to hear the dev team talking about looking at the gamepad in different ways than just, off TV play or just a map, but maybe even having it as your rear view mirror or other ways that they can incorporate it, as well as incorporating the gyroscopic motion controls to simulate a steering wheel. This is something that I'm very excited about. And then we get to the Wii U exclusives, which are a lot. There's Kirby and the Rainbow Curse. Again, not a game I'm interested in, but the graphics look very clean, nice, playful, kind of cartoony models, vibrant, bright graphics, just overall lighthearted, family-friendly game. The Kirby series has a very strong following, so it just further adds to the Wii U lineup. So, that's just good. It's always good to have variety, and Nintendo is showing the most variety of all right now. There's also Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, which I like puzzle games, and I enjoyed the Captain Toad levels on Super Mario 3D World. It's going to be challenging, fun, family-friendly, have a familiarity to, being part of the Nintendo IP, so I definitely think that this is going to be a good seller, especially because I don't expect it to come in at $60. I expect it to come in significantly below, so I think it will sell well. And then there's Mario Maker, which is going to be huge. I mean, plain and simple. You're going to have multiple art styles, so it's not just going to be the original Super Mario Brothers. You're going to have multiple art styles. You're going to be able to put in different enemies as well as different characters. So, it's going to have like a NES remix feel to it from what I understand. as well as, the whole point of the game is to share the levels you create. So from an artist standpoint, I am an artist. I really like that. Anything that gives you a creative outlet and then allows you to share that with others, I think is a brilliant thing. And this is just more of Nintendo doing very well with being innovative and taking risks and doing something different. There's also Yoshi's Woolly World, which is, from an artist standpoint, I think the graphics and the art design is absolutely gorgeous. I think that it's amazing that they created a game that actually looks like you're playing a world and characters made out of yarn, and how they incorporated it to where, one of the things Yoshi's always been known for is eating stuff. And to be able to grab a hold of a stray piece of yarn and then eat that yarn and unlock and discover new areas of a level, just amazing. And if you see the developer video, behind the scenes video on it, where they're standing there with this huge amount of different types of yarn and stuff that they actually used to incorporate in the design of the game. From an artist standpoint, it's definitely really cool. It's one of those lighthearted, family-friendly games with a very unique and artistic aspect. I expect it to be a great seller. There's Hyrule Warriors. It looks to be high energy, and to marry the Dynasty Warriors universe with the Legend of Zelda universe is absolutely brilliant, and I expect this to sell well. It looks like a lot of fun. So for those who are into Dynasty Warriors, or, just in general like this idea, I think that it will be a very strong game. And then there's Super Smash Brothers. I mean, do I really need to say anything there? It's Super Smash Brothers. It took E3 by storm. The Super Smash Brothers tournament, all the videos, the NFC characters, all that stuff, it was the talk of E3. That's definitely going to be a system shifter. I think it will actually do more for the Wii U than Mario Kart 8 has, and Mario Kart 8 is very strong. So it's got a huge following, so I expect great things from that game. One of the games that I am very, very interested in is Devil's Third. The reason being is just how ridiculous it is. First of all, I love the fact that, you had this over-the-top, ridiculous, game that has the melee of Ninja Gaiden with the shooter aspects of a military shooter, but in a comical way. But you have online multiplayer, 16 player at a time, where you can customize your character and where you can actually customize the levels that you're playing. I'm not saying that this is going to make it infinitely replayable, but here you have the ability to create your own levels and play them online, and it gives, replay value there and gives a refreshed look at the online play there. I'm looking forward to that game a lot. It seems too goofy not to enjoy. I think it will be a blast. And then there's, of course, Bayonetta 2. I mean, another project that Nintendo saved. We would not have this game if it was not for Nintendo white knighting the project. And then to have not only Bayonetta 2 as an exclusive, which is another mature game, but to have Bayonetta 1 included with the disc or digital version of the game, and then have the homage to Nintendo with Bayonetta and the Link, Princess Peach, or Samus suits, it's definitely really cool. I'm also looking forward to Xenoblade Chronicles X. I know that a lot of people were talking about the downgrade in the character models. I get that because I do kind of like the gritty, realistic graphics that we were previously shown. But then again, I'm such a huge anime fan, and I'm such a huge role-playing game fan, and, the marriage of those two things is not a bad thing to me. So as long as the controls are tight, as long as the gameplay mechanics are solid and the story is great, I think playing a anime game is not necessarily a negative thing for me. And then there, of course, is Star Fox. You can click this link here to check out my video on Star Fox, but this is going to be big. This is one of the games that we've really been, screaming for, and Nintendo showed that they listened. And, they've been working on it for just under a year, and to have the third-person fighter point of view on your TV and then have the gamepad screen as your heads-up display to really enhance and evolve the gameplay mechanics and interactivity of that series, I think is going to be amazing. I can't wait to see how things evolve there and when it will actually be released. I'm expecting early 2016, to be honest with you, maybe even mid 2016, but Nintendo has told us or mentioned in interviews that they are actually looking to work with other studios, multiple studios, to try and bring this game into 2015. Where will be interesting, I really don't see it in 2015, but that's my speculation, my prediction. And the reason I don't see it in 2015 is I really, with only 10 months of development on the game, unless it's a fall release, I just don't see it, because in 2015, in the winter holidays, we have Zelda. Was this a great announcement or what? Now, I mean, we already knew that the game was in works and they were developing it. We knew that we were going to see more and hear more about it at E3. And, so not too surprising, but I think that Nintendo really did something amazing here in how, they were talking about it. They showed the graphics. They showed some actual game footage. And, then there was was that Link? Link looks different. And then, well, nobody said that was, nobody explicitly said that was Link comment caused a storm. And now we were not only talking about Link, or Zelda, we were talking more and more about it. Is this Link? Is it something new? What's going on here? And then, oh no, I was just playing around with y'all. And then, the whole, holy crap, that was, in-game, in-engine. That was off Wii U hardware. And then they're like, no, that was actual gameplay. Boom, bombshell. The game looks gorgeous. It looks like a living painting. And to be shown that footage and be told that was actual gameplay, absolutely amazing. And then the addition of the new tech for the weapons and the enemies in there. And then when they talk about it being open world, just amazing, to be honest with you. It's something that I think was very significant, needed to happen, and really just caused a lot of buzz on top of all of the great aspects that we already heard. I mean, the Wii U has a huge lineup of solid games and variety. There's new IP like Splatoon. It has kind of like a Pixar cartoony feel to the graphics. The colors are, again, vibrant. It looks high energy, very fun. I can see how it's going to appeal to, family-friendly oriented gamers. And I think that it's just that variety and that huge, strong lineup that, has such good polish and consistency, which really made Nintendo's Wii U perform very well at E3 this year. And I read so much online from Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, Reddit, all over the place of people who are like, I was on the fence about a Wii U. Just got one. Just got the Mario Kart 8 bundle because the E3 performance was amazing. What other games are great to get? But to see the Wii U do so well at E3 and have such a big splash and so much buzz on the internet during and after E3 has been really, really good. I always get a console like a year later anyway. I didn't get my Wii U till July of 2013. The reason I do that is because you have the console, the initial launch titles, and then there's a drought for about a year. It always happens. It just always happens. So I always wait a little bit. But for those of us who've had a Wii U for a while, whether it's, sometime last year to launch date, we've got so much, enjoyable experiences we've already had and even more on the way. And those who are just getting into the Wii U are going to have a blast and have plenty of games in the backlog library to enjoy. Plus Wii games, Virtual Console, and indie games, which we don't even have all the indie games and Virtual Console games to discuss here, but the Wii U showed stellar at E3, and I'm very, very excited about that. Just a huge level of variety, a huge level of strong titles, just a great performance. And that will do it for this episode of Strictly Nintendo. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, favorite, subscribe if you haven't already, and I hope to see you in the next episode. Take care.